Let's be honest. When you hear the word controller, your brain probably jumps straight to gaming, PlayStation, Xbox, buttons, joysticks, you name it. But here's the twist. In the business world, a controller is something completely different and way more powerful. In fact, if you've ever wondered how companies make billion-dollar decisions or survive financial storms, there's a good chance a controller was involved. No, not pushing buttons. More like steering the entire ship from behind the scenes. So today, let us dive into a job that is often invisible, but absolutely essential. What do controllers actually do? A controller is not the person in charge of everything, but they do control something crucial. Numbers. Think of a company as a huge airplane. The CEO might be the pilot, but the controller is in the cockpit with all the instruments. They don't fly the plane, but they tell the pilot how high, how fast, and whether we're about to crash into a mountain of expenses. Controllers are often called the navigators of a company. They don't make every decision, but without them, the people who do would be flying blind. So what exactly does a controller do? First, they plan the future. How much revenue should the company make next year? How many products need to be sold to break even? What will happen if costs go up 10%? The controller runs all the numbers. Second, they budget. Every department wants more money, marketing wants to advertise, production wants better machines. The controller says, here's what we can actually afford. Third, they compare reality to the plan. That's called a variance analysis. If the company thought it would sell 10,000 units but only sold 6,000, the controller finds out why. Fourth, they report. Not just dumping a spreadsheet full of numbers, they tell the story behind the numbers. Why are profits falling? Why are costs rising? What should we do about it? Without this kind of financial clarity, companies would constantly overspend, undershoot, or misjudge their own performance. Now you might be thinking, isn't that just accounting? Not quite. Accountants focus on the past, they record what happened. Controllers focus on the future, they analyze what's happening now and what might happen next. They connect the dots and translate raw data into smart decisions. So where do controllers actually work? Everywhere. Big corporations, startups, banks, government offices, hospitals. If there's money involved, there's a need for control. The job is highly transferable and surprisingly secure even during economic downturns. Because when money gets tight, guess who everyone turns to? Yep, the people who understand the numbers. Let's talk skills. If you want to become a controller, you'll need more than a love for spreadsheets. You'll need analytical thinking to find patterns in chaos, communication skills to explain finance to people who hate finance, business understanding because numbers without context are just noise, and you'll definitely need technical know-how. From Excel and SAP to tools like Power BI or Tableau, it's a mix of detective, strategist, and translator. You decode the numbers and translate them into real-world actions. How do you become one? The most common path is through a business degree like finance, accounting, or business administration, but you don't need to go to university. Some start with a vocational background in accounting and work their way up through experience and certifications. So here's the real takeaway. A controller is not just someone who crunches numbers. They influence strategy, steer the company, and make sure decisions are backed by facts, not just gut feelings. They're not in the spotlight, but they hold the flashlight. And in today's world of complex data and financial uncertainty, that might be one of the most powerful roles you've never heard of. Now that you know what controllers really do, could you see yourself in that role? Or maybe you've worked with one without even realizing it. Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy videos like this, breaking down complex jobs, tools, and topics into simple language, then hit the like button and subscribe. New videos daily, always clear, always curious. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.